not like you uh, followed the session document, right? We just talked
Yes.
about something, right?
Right.
Then that's all right. That's okay. Anyway, the topic today is bucket list, and even if you don't know, that is all right. We could begin, and then later, if you don't find it interesting enough, we can talk about books. All right?
Okay, no problem, ma'am. Yeah, tell.
All
So
right.
can you mention other topic, ma'am? Because I think I don't have a knowledge about bucket topic. So can you change the topics? Like, can we discuss
That's
something?
okay. I mean, obviously, we can definitely talk about books that because that is what you want. But since you should know, since the topic is there,
Okay.
I will just tell you,
Mhm.
bucket list is something. So basically, what we always hear, if you haven't, seriously, everyone has many dreams or goals to accomplish before they die, right? So a set of
Mhm.
things that we wish to do in life, whether it be in terms of dreams or goals or any, wild fantasies or all of that, okay? So
Mhm.
all of that comes under bucket list. Okay, so that is why
Okay.
it has nothing to do with a proper bucket or something. Just that it is a list, and it might be a lot, right? Because those are the things you need to do in life, which is why they just named it the bucket list. So it can be anything. So if you ask me, it can be doing adventurous stuff like scuba diving or parachute and all of that, or something
Yes.
education wise that I want to maybe study abroad or settle somewhere. So anything and everything can come under a bucket list. Okay,
Mhm.
so that is what it is. Did you get an idea?
Yes, I got an idea like about adventure, about like what would you
No.
like to do?
So tell me,
Okay.
tell me, yes. So did you understand what a bucket list
No, ma'am. Actually, still I'm confusing bucket list. Like bucket list. Can you give me simple
is?
example like simple mean?
Just that's the topic. All right,
Bucket list. Okay, bucket list. Okay. Mm-hmm.
right. Bucket list. So that is why. So it's just a set of things. I will in fact just tell you.
Okay.
Yeah. So even Google says that bucket list is a number of experiences or achievements that a person hopes to accomplish during their lifetime. Makes sense?
Yeah, it's a little bit understanding.
Okay. All right. So all right. You want to talk about something else? We can do that.
Okay.
Do you? Or do you wish to get it, get into it a little more and see what it is? What do you want to do? It's up to you.
Okay. So yeah, I was talking about actually, ma'am. Whoever mentions suddenly topics, so I feel to fear. Always I confuse like how do I start, how do I elaborate a topic. So this is my problem. So that's why reason I do not comfortable more than. So how to be feel comfortable like you mentioned that bucket list topic. So I was confusing how do I start, what should I talk, so it's totally
So
complicated for me. So can you give me some solution? Yeah.
firstly, this is your 20th session, right? At
Yes.
Clapingo? Right.
Yeah.
So how has the journey been? Can you tell that? Tell me that. Like, how has it been? Do you like the, platform, or yeah, how has your past sessions been? Any feedback?
Yes. Yeah, of course. I can share with you my experience on Clapingo. That was amazing. When I joined first session, so I was, feeling too nervous, low confidence. Then after that, I learned from this platform like how to interact with Twitter, how to ask, how to talk, how to make eye contact, and little bit I understand how to elaborate a topic. And in here, lots of Twitter like. Indian Twitter, we are Indian Twitter, okay? I mean, you are Indian Twitter. So here is like, a Twitter always speak about politely. They try to,
Talks
give
about,
us,
a
mhm.
tutor talks about, okay?
Okay, a Twitter talks about politely and productivity, like, tips. So we can say I grab a good opportunity in here. So I learn a lot before
Right.
session, before Clappingo. I was feeling so nervous, like how to make a video call. But in here, when I come here, I feel comfortable, like this is piece of cake, I think.
Right,
This is
right.
about video calling. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we've been able to help you. So the reason
Mhm.
why I was asking, so see, I know you have done a number of sessions here, but still, so see, how it works is like you are given this topic, the session document before the session itself, right?
Mhm.
So since you asked that how do I speak on a topic, which is why you are given the document. So if you really feel like you will have a problem talking about it, go through it before. Be mentally prepared. If you come across a word or a topic that you don't know what it is, you can just Google it,
Mhm.
or try to search about it what that is. So once you have a better
Mhm.
idea about it, you will be able to speak. Right now you have no idea about bucket list, so it is natural that you will feel uncomfortable or not very confident to talk about
Yes.
it, right? So what
Yeah.
that is one thing you can do. And even if supposing you did not get time to, or you just couldn't go through it, that is all right. You can
Mhm.
completely tell the speaker. So right now, the way I explained it to you, the speakers would,
Mhm.
okay, and it's not like, okay, so now the topic is bucket list. Speak about it. That is not how it is, right? I just asked you the
Yes.
meaning, and then I always have a set of questions and stuff which I would ask, and you can answer. So that is how it works. So you don't have to have that fear that how will I talk, what will I do, and all of that, right? It just it's with the flow, which is why we have the session document for help. Even right now, if we just have a topic food, so
Mhm.
after a point, even I might go out of
Mhm.
questions, what to ask, what to talk about. But since we have the session document, that helps us you know complete the session
Yes.
in a productive way. So, one thing that you can do is actually go through the session document because that helps. All right.
Mhm.
And do not hesitate, even if you don't understand anything, or if you
Mhm.
want to talk about something else and all of that. See, the reason why I stick to this topic only because, like, running away from something you don't understand is never a solution, right? So I thought at least
Yes.
I should make you understand what that is and then maybe talk about something else. Otherwise, you
Right.
would never know what that is if somebody else asks you, right? So then what is the point? You are here to learn, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so that is how it works. All right. So,
Okay. So,
okay.
I have a question. I have a question because it's a couple of days ago. I was confusing, but I didn't get any time to share with my problem. So I'm going to share with you. Like, this is book, that. So I have a question. When we read the books, okay, so that moment sometime would happen, any new words come and paragraph and story, okay. So how do we remember that? How do we start a reading part? How do we concentrate about story, then after that remember a story, like what was that? So how do we start, how do we learn that about reading skill, we can say?
Okay. So about the vocabulary part, I mean that even I face, like almost everyone faces that when they're reading, they come across a word which they are not really, or they don't know the meaning. So earlier we used to, go to the dictionary, search for the word, and then, but now you have the phone, you have Google, so you can just search and you get the meaning. So either you can
Mhm.
write it down somewhere or try to remember it. But again, now we have become so lazy that we don't even want to Google it because that will somewhere interrupt the flow. So
Yeah.
many a time it's like just put in as fill in the blanks, like just
Okay.
ignore and read further. So later,
Mhm.
when you kind of read the entire paragraph, you get the context. So when you
Okay.
know what that thing is, like in that context, you can somewhere just guess or assume. So I
Mhm.
mean, it is difficult and it is not something everybody just masters it. It takes time.
Okay.
So you can do that and then it should help. Okay. And about
Okay.
remembering what you read. So
Mhm.
after you are done reading for the day or for whatever are you, just try to recall it. In fact, when you are here to improve your spoken English, you can just say it out loud. Not necessary that somebody is listening to you or not. Maybe
Okay.
in front of the mirror or talk to yourself and speak it out loud. So you'll also have the speaking practice as well as
Mhm.
you will recall stuff. So I'm in college right now, okay? So
Okay.
many a times, like when we have to read different stories or essays or something, so I have read, but my friend hasn't. And then,
Mhm.
we need to do the assignment. So I send her a voice, like on WhatsApp, explaining,
Okay.
like, telling her the summary of the entire story. So although I
Mhm.
am helping her, that really helps me remember everything. Because
Mhm.
after a point, you just forget the pointers and everything. But when you recall it and, speak it out, it then stays there. Okay, so that is one thing that you can do, which will be helpful to you in two ways. One for
Mhm.
remembering what you've read, and for speaking practice. So
Okay.
that's the helpful. Yeah.
So like when we start a reading part, so just highlight the word, and after reading again recall like what was story. I mean, you mean to say, am I right? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So what book is that? I don't think that is a fictional book. What is
No,
that?
no. This is you can see the magic of thinking big. Okay, I
Okay.
think I think how to the name of the magic of book thinking. Set your goal and high then
Ah,
exceed then. Yeah.
right, right. So those are like self-help books, stuff like that,
Yes,
right?
actually, in this day, I'm trying to improve my reading part because I
Hmm.
heard about when you start a reading books, then you will get a lots of knowledge and you will build your confidence about
Yes.
vocabulary, about
Reading
communication.
helps a lot. So especially when you're here to, work on your language, especially English. Reading helps. Apart from reading, listening to English helps through
Okay.
videos or
Mhm.
podcasts or anything, and speaking, of course. So
Okay.
you're doing two of them if you're listening as well. Obviously, it will take time. It's not magic.
Yes.
So it will take time, but with time, you will get better. All
Yeah.
right. So,
Okay.
but yeah, we are almost ending. But just tell me, what did you not? Okay.